Hi, welcome back to Mrs. Barnett's Math Moment. Today we're going to take a look at long division and talk about the process of division, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, and why we have to come back up to divide and remultiply, resubtract. So we're going to start with something simple, basically a math fact, but let's put it to a story problem. I bought a bunch of Easter eggs, chocolate Easter eggs at the store, and I have 4 children. So I need to put these 16 eggs and divide them in up with the 4 children and see how many eggs they'll each get. So I brought down a rod, which is worth 10, and 6 units, 5 here and 6. I love this pattern, laying things out in this pattern when they're next to each other. It's a little harder to count. I'll show you what that looks like over here. So when I do this, I feel the need to count all of them. Even if I know that this machine constantly puts things in a group of 5 and then brings the 6th one down, this pattern I don't have to think about, I just can count it. If you notice down here, the number changed to 22, but I'm going to get rid of those examples I just showed you, and we're back to 16. So what we're saying here is, can 4 go into 1? Well, 4 can't go into 1, and it's technically not a 1, it's a 10. And yes, I can take 10 and I can divide it into groups of 4, but I'm starting with a rod, and this rod cannot be broken unless I physically break it, and that would be bad. So I'm going to trade it in for some more of these guys. So I'm just trading it in. And as you can see down here, my quantity is still 16. I just have all 16 unit cubes, and I can find it easier to divide them in these baskets. So my first division problem, I did not put anything here. I left it blank, or I like to put an X there, or I like to put a 0. You could technically do nothing. And I now have 16. Can I divide these 16 among these 4 baskets evenly? Yes. And if I can't do it evenly, how many would be left over? So I'm going to take this quantity, sorry, don't want that whole thing, I just want that quantity, and move them there. I want this quantity of 4 and put them here. And I can see I have a quantity of 4. I can put them here. So that leaves these 4 to go there. I made 1, 2, 3, 4 baskets, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks in every one. So I know that my answer is 4. Now, double checking that. What's 4 times 4? This is the step we're on. It's 16. Our next step, I took them all off the board. I have no more. That means I subtracted them and I put them all inside baskets. I have none left. There isn't any more for me to bring down, so I don't need to do this step, and I don't have to come back up and divide anymore because this problem is finished. It's nothing left. There's no more digits here, and I came to a 0. So this problem's finished. Let me clear this board. And we'll start again, but this time we're going to say 4. I still have my 4 kids and my 4 baskets, but let's divide them. Let's divide 167 eggs. So I will start by dividing. I then am going to multiply. Then I will probably subtract and bring down possibly. And I might have to start back over again. So let's show you what 167 looks like. 1 100, 6 of these guys. I have 4, so if I turn this one, I can tally mark it and show a group of 5 super fast. And again, 7 like that. I like to put them so they are in a group of 5. And then these 2. So let's start again. Can this flat 100 get broken up into groups of 4? Not in the configuration I have, so I cannot make that flat change. But I can trade this flat for 10 rods because that is 10, this is 10. 10 groups of 10 is 100. So I'm going to trade him in, and I can end up making, there's 100. You can still see I have 167, exactly what I started with. I've just traded that one flat into an improper group of 16. With place value, we're allowed groups of 9, and the 10th one causes us to move over. So in this case, I can break them down. I can decompose that one flat into 10 rods. I still have the 6 rods I started with. Now, I'm not going to draw baskets because I'll run out of space, but the same idea, I can take and divide those. I'll just take the extra rod out and place it into this group. You can clearly see that I have a group of 4, a group of 4, a group of 4, and another group of 4. So I ended up with 4 groups of 4 out of those 16. So my answer goes above because I was using 16 rods. Now it's multiplying. 4 times 4 is 16. I'm going to place all of those into baskets. So just put my baskets down here. You'll have to use your imagination to see my really cool baskets that I've made for the kids. I'll just push them right there. Okay, so there's the groups. I no longer have any of them. I subtracted and put them all in a box, so I have none. Nothing left on this board, except I have these 7. Right? So no more sticks, but I still have these 7. So now I have to bring down that's where that 7 comes from. Now you can see the reason for going back up here and starting with division again. Because I still have these 7 that have to be divided among these baskets that my kids have for Easter. So can I take 7, divide them into groups of 4? Sure. This guy gets 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1, and 1, and 1. Uh-oh, not enough. These 3 do not get to be divided. They're staying on my board because there was only enough for 1 group of 4. I took those 4 out, so 1 times 4, we're back to here, 1 times 4 is 4. I am removing them from the pallet or the place, the table, and I've put those 4 into those baskets. So I have 3 left over. Now, do I have any more to split? No. I'm just left with 3 that cannot be divided equally. So I get to eat these 3. Very pleased about that. I get 3 eggs to eat. So how many do I have left? Well, you have a choice. You might be writing this as a remainder. We teach this a lot in 3rd grade and maybe part of 4th. But then at some point along the 4th grade trail, and definitely by 5th grade, we are teaching that, and because of what it is we have 3 guys left over out of the 4 it would take to make a full group. So my answer is 41 3/4 of the group it would take to make another. So remember, if I had a 4th guy, everyone would have a place. But I don't have that 4th guy. So 3 out of 4 is what I have left. And I get a little chocolate snack. And all my kids are going to get, oh boy, how many are they going to get? 41 eggs in their basket. It's a pretty good trade. If I get 3 and they get 41, I better rethink that. Maybe I should make 5 baskets. We'll try that one next time. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you another day.